These are Salutations YouTube. Friar Chuck here, and we are back for another episode of West Virginia Mountaineers Dynasty here in NCAA 25. Last episode was probably our best one. If you haven't watched it, go back to avoid spoilers. From here forth, we will be talking about them. We got a upset victory over the Kansas Jayhawks, who were formerly ranked at number 11. They aren't anymore. But now we have got the currently ranked 11 Oklahoma State Cowboys. They have one loss on the season. It was in conference. I'm not sure who they lost to, but that doesn't matter to us because we want their second loss to be to us. So let's just hop right in. We're just going whatever the game picks for us for jerseys. Oh, Mr. Big Head Cowboy. Coming into Stillwater, this is going to be a very, very difficult game for us, especially because Oklahoma is kind of a powerhouse in this game. I've seen a lot of people's dynasties where they're just doing like rebuilds and they go several years into the future, and Oklahoma State's in the national championship a lot. But hopefully we can get the win here. We'll take it play by play. See what happens. We are going to get the opening kickoff, which is fantastic. If we could open up with a score, that'd be great. And we're underway. See CJ Donaldson now. Not had a lot of success running the ball so far this season. We haven't really been much of a running team in general. And that's Bray. We've got him deep. And that is an opening drive. First touchdown. The man who's becoming our best receiver gets us into the end zone. And your Mountaineers are up 7-0. One play, 81 yards, 9 seconds off the clock. Now, keep in mind, Oklahoma State has got the best running back in the game, and maybe the best player, I'm not sure, overall-wise, in Ollie Gordon, the running back. We did find us a defense that worked well in the 3-3-5 penny.
This offensive matchup will be great. Yeah, normally you'd say receiver versus safety, the receiver's going to win. This safety, though, has got the speed to run with this guy.
And they're going to run it with him on the first play. It's now 2nd and 8. Oh, and that's a big run to start off with. He's going to get the ball to the 45 as he picks up 18 for the Cowboys. Saying the Cowboys is weird because Oklahoma State is one of those schools that, like, I never use their mascot as what I refer to them as. It's always just Oklahoma State. And Cowboys is kind of a generic. It's picked off! What a bad start for Oklahoma State as we go down and score on the very first play, and they throw a pick on their third. So we are going to get the ball back on the 50-yard line. with a chance to go up big here. 4-yard play. Appalachian State beat Marshall 45-2. There's a lot of blowouts going on down on the ticker if you are paying attention to it. And that is a sack. Plays didn't develop. I was looking at Bray. He was locked up with his corner. We'll get that ball up to the 44, making it a 4th and 4. Kind of in no man's land here. Our kicker definitely can't hit a field goal from here. And punting it is not ideal. Bray manages to hang on.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. The Mountaineers come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Donaldson. Brought down Jones.
First down.
Inside the red zone, he moves the chains. It's at the 22. Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early. So
scored on this route before. We maybe had it if I flung it to the outside. But it doesn't matter because there's a hold. And that is going to drag us back 10 yards. Sorry. Not the best throw, but Clement comes up with it, and we're down to the 5. Making up all that yardage and then some. And Garrett Green is on fire as he's closing in on 150 yards for the day. I don't like the guy we're reading off of. The running back's probably getting it regardless. I don't think it would have mattered who we went to on that play. 3rd and goal from the 8. Touchdown, West Virginia. The very underutilized tight end getting in for the score. And we are up 13-0. Make it 14 with the extra point. Oklahoma State is in shambles.
They took it 68 yards on that drive, and they finished things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse. That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit.
Second inches there. Good pass. Well executed play. I'm going to hazard a guess and say they go with the run here. If I was them, I definitely wouldn't abandon it anyway because they're, they have one of the best running backs in the league. And it's showcased there as he picks up the first down, bouncing it to the opposite side of the field. We had his initial read covered up, but he's a talented running back, and he manages to get a nice gain. 3 yards there. Picks up a yard.
It's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get back there. They'll have to get it to the 37 on 3rd down. And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball.
Decided to run with it. Kind of surprised they didn't go for it. The run there kind of indicated 4-down territory, but and I think we ran into the punter. That was evidently their plan all along. So they are going to pick up the first down. Going to get way better field position, nearly inside the red zone. First and 10 from the 24. Second and inches now. Okay, we're into coach suggestion plays now. We may go back to this for a little while. First down.
Started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First and goal and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. They'll try to get it in with the run.
And the safety blitz gets him. He runs right into our blitzing defensive back. He might be a little banged up. Second and goal from the 12. Much better run that time, and Oklahoma State is on the board. Cutting into a one-score game. Vanderbilt is up early on Alabama. What a time. Farmer, a very dangerous kick returner. He, of course, scored on one last week against Kansas. Bottled up there. That's picked off. I never should have thrown that. And they are going to get that back to the 15-yard line. Great chance to score here and tie it up at 14 apiece. I was just trying to get that out of there to not get the sack. I should have either eaten the sack or just thrown it away. I did neither one. And now we are going to suffer the consequences, most likely. As we do, Gordon gets into the end zone. Like I said before, would not shy away from him getting the ball if I was them. He might touch it every play. And that is a tie ball game here in the second quarter. Decent run back there, getting it up to the 20. Tight end Traylon Davis.
One good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Shakes off the first and goes down to the second. Sacked on the play. Second and 18 now from the 30-yard line. Shout out to the line to the lineman for re-engaging his block there. We were able to make it a much more manageable 3rd and 8. And we pick up the first as the tackle slings us forward a little bit. They call way too many RPOs for my liking, but What can you do?
Screen and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play. Gonna try to get it himself.
Reynolds scramble forward for 3 yards.
Free and pick up just a few on that one. This offense has a second down play. To the air, it's Green. They're bringing heat.
And that is a sack. But to be honest, I wasn't even looking at the guy rushing me. I was just focused on the receivers. But I don't think it would have mattered. We're going to take a deep shot to Clement. Oh, he comes down with it. I thought that was going to fall incomplete. I threw it into double coverage. And Green has already eclipsed 200 yards. Donaldson's in for the touchdown. So after 14 unanswered by Oklahoma State, we finally get back on the board. And that is a missed extra point. I thought we were over that. And I have a feeling that'll come back to haunt us. 20-14 now. We climb back into the driver's seat. The way this game is going, this could be the last possession of the half.
These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive. It's going back and forth.
Gordon barrels forward for the first.
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very
Take the
dangerous.
formation I wanted. Oh well. Thinning the blitz. And it works to perfection. 3rd and 2 now. I'm going to assume they're passing here. Guess you never know. No, they call it a draw, and it does not work. 4th and 11. I could have told you that. Draws don't work.
And they sniff that draw out. When the draw unit, you really have to sell that pass like you're going to throw the ball down the field, but the defensive line, the defense was not.
Call for the fair catch. Just a smart thing to do there. And our offense comes back out of the field looking to extend the lead or take it into halftime. One or the other.
Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
I probably had B open early.
The OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight.
Make one man miss. Brought down by the second.
They get the first. It's at the 37. The magic bean is spinning out of control.
1 second, and we are to the 2-minute warning here.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their
Oh, and a screen goes very poorly.
Here comes the offense on second down. They want to just keep throwing it. Looking for his man.
Running back on the little flag route. And we pick up the first. Get the ball to the 19.
And the Mountaineers come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
That was stupid. Oh! And Oklahoma State should have another 7 on the board by now, but as it sits, it is just 2nd and 10. Very poor decision. Throw the ball there.
That's caught. It's Donaldson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time.
3rd and 8.
That first down marker. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here.
Set some time run here. If we pick up the first down, the clock will stop till we get up to the ball. If we don't, then we need to kick a field goal, and we're going to want as much time to run down as possible. So Plus, I still have 3 timeouts, so I can stop it up to 3 times, obviously. That's what timeouts do.
Looking to throw, it's Green. Makes the grab.
We do not pick up the first. 4th and 2.
On the field, tight game here late in the first half.
I have to go for the points here.
Route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends
I will kick it myself, and it's through.
past the first down marker. Why did you run your route short?
23-14 lead for West Virginia.
But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes and they'll stop him at the 16. Oklahoma State has it back and the offense is on the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense.
It's complete.
He is wide open, and that is a quick score by Oklahoma State. That is going to put them within a field goal, regardless of what happens.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team.
23-21 lead
They got the touchdown.
with halftime right around the corner.
Go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback.
Farmer is going to take it out here.
And the coverage team able to make the
He was the only guy we had to beat. We couldn't do it.
West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook.
24 seconds.
Get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area.
Robinson going deep.
And execute a little better on this drive.
And the corner made a great play.
The best red zone offenses are the ones that run.
With 18 seconds left here, I think I'm just going to elect to... Yeah, I'm just going to elect to take the lead into halftime here, hopefully.
The give to the back. So runs like
Donaldson's going to pick up 9.
field position as they're up at the 35. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. Looking for a man. It's Green. They're setting up the screen.
Oh,
And they wrap him up, but not before. He gets enough on the catch.
that was basically a little stat padding throw, but
At the end of
it's
the
okay.
quarter, that means it's time
We do have a very narrow lead at the half, 23-21. Jaden Bray so far leading the way, 3 catches, 94 yards, and a touchdown.
Place to start this halftime, then by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love
Ollie Gordon leading the way for Oklahoma State, and they will get the ball to start the second half. So great opportunity for them to retake the lead.
And with that, let's head back to the home of the Pokes and Boone Pickens Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin.
And that was Clement absolutely mossing those 2 guys.
Kickoff and kickoff return teams on
I don't know if y'all saw in the graphic, but
ready to go in the second half.
in-conference rival Utah has moved up to number 5 in the polls.
Back, the ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And
Getting the ball first.
close as this game is, they can really afford to do whatever they want. I mean, might as well be tied, as any scoring they do will,
Set the tone here early.
any scoring they do on offense will give them the lead.
That confidence and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this
Nice throwing catch there is going to get them to the 50, and they've decided to go tempo here.
Tremendous pickup on that one. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Presley.
8-yard pickup.
After the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Out of the gun. The inside handoff. Looking for a crease.
Nice pickup there by Ollie Gordon. He has eclipsed 100 yards today.
Surprise, he's been among the nation's elite all season. And the Cowboys are rolling down the field. ground. He's got it again.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early.
And 10 from the 18.
He's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Moving the ball here against us. Flag called. Flag thrown. I'm going to hazard a guess and say holding. Yep, that was the only thing that really made sense. And Mr. No Face, man.
Well, they did on that one. They're just making things harder now. It's 1st and 20. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Oh, what a move. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of
Nearly reset the line of scrimmage on that run.
the Cowboys are threatening in the red
2nd and 13 from the 20.
quick release on the arm.
It didn't really feel like a 13 since on first down they gained 7 yards. But
Still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. A field goal
3rd and 7 now.
top, but a touchdown's what you want in a game like this.
Barring a turnover, and they pick up the first. I was going to say, barring a turnover here, they will probably
Serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't
take. They are going to take the lead on this drive.
with the run on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1.
Nearly got him,
Right on the doorstep
and just as it has previously, arm tackling
up with a stop on 2nd and goal.
is our worst nightmare. 1 yard to gain, and they just are not very committed to this whole tackling thing. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. 26-23, or 27-23.
Where he lives.
He definitely is today. And I think the defense has to be getting a little
And that'll make it 28-23.
beating him time and time again.
And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. Lining up to cover the
5-point deficit for us. Our offense has been clicking, so
side is 5. Powers through. Couldn't find a way to
hopefully it won't be too big of a deal to come back.
at the 25. West Virginia has it and the offense ready to go to work. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got it behind the line.
I can't imagine what these running back passes would be like with a running back, like somebody like Ollie Gordon, an elite running back.
After not getting a thing done on 1st down, it's 2nd and long from the 24.
And Green avoids the first sack and gets level on the second one. Let's go take a look at this. I wish there was an easier way to see the wear and tear on these players. Okay, no risk of injury. Everybody's looking okay.
The game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you
And that is tipped.
quarterback, it's hard to do
4th and 20 now. No choice but to punt.
enough. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been
Overkicked it, but really not an issue there. We are going for distance.
Get back, it's
We're going for speed.
He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. First snap of this drive.
28-23, Oklahoma State has got the ball back now.
Fast motion from the offense. Looking for space.
And not getting points on that drive is going to be
And he runs
very
the
unfortunate.
tackle and picks up a few.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is gonna
Already across the 50 this drive.
dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you. So you might want to get a little bit more.
3rd and 1 now.
And a good solid
Let's send a blitz. Hopefully they elect to run and we meet him.
put on the ground again here on 3rd down.
Or at the very least, we've got guys there to get the sack.
Trying to run for it. And
And we had a linebacker coming into the hole, but he is picked up by the lineman.
An easy hole to get.
And it is going to be a 1st and 10 now from the 41.
Simplified football, the low man
Oh, now he meets him. Wish you would have done that the last play. But not entirely your fault.
On the last play, it's 2nd and 10. Leaves it with the back. Able to pick his way forward.
Great open field tackle.
The defense gets him down.
And it is now 3rd and 5. Way this team runs the ball, they really open anything, but Ollie Gordon's not on the field, so I kind of expect a pass.
Looking downfield, it's Bowman.
They do pass, and they pick up the first.
They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the
Time winding down here in the 3rd quarter. This is going to be the last play of the half. If they even call a play, they do.
on first down.
Little screen pass to the receiver.
It's complete.
They pick up 4 yards.
To stop him, we played 3.
4th quarter now, and it is a tight one.
Into the quarter, and Oklahoma State has
28-23.
switch ends of the field. Let's take a quick look
OK
at the
State.
national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too
You know, it can't be understated that we are playing a very, very tough schedule this year.
we'll get this
Penn State, Kansas, Oklahoma State, Utah, Colorado, Arizona. Texas Tech, I think, is ranked.
action. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the
And that is another holding call. Love to see that. We will be accepting that. Would rather have the 3rd and or the 2nd and 16 than a 3rd and 6. Now, if it was that or a 4th and 6, I would have definitely declined the penalty. Don't turn down 4th downs.
looking to throw. Makes the grab.
3rd and 12, they pick up 4 yards.
They stop it after just a few.
Again, it's offense. You're probably okay with that, just picking up 4.
Knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Using the quick game. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this.
And we managed to stop them, hold them to a field goal.
Here we are on 4th down, and this field goal
Even if they make the field goal, it's a 1-score game.
pressure in the world.
I mean, we'd have to have a 2-point conversion, but... And college kickers,
No good.
watch out. That is a missed field goal, wide right.
West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So
Got to be careful with the ball.
make a play, David, and get this
We seemed a lot closer to the first down than 4 yards, but that's fine.
Those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards, get some first downs, get some positive momentum.
And they
Pick up a yard there on the run.
defense, and that is not happening.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. Right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations.
I'm just going to go back to the screen.
Run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
A 3rd down try for the offense. Looking to throw for it. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown.
And we do get the first down.
Massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm. And what better
296 yards today for Garrett Green.
awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Got away from trouble and got
And that's the tight end. First down.
couldn't ask for much more there. A first down and then
Green breaks the 300-yard mark.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game.
And West Virginia is moving the ball.
With his arm,
Hit as we throw, and that is going to fall incomplete.
hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Couldn't connect on that last play. Now 2nd and 10 from the 42. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air.
Move.
He stopped at the 30.
Tight end was in the way. We might have scored.
Play and gets the first down.
Yeah, and he's been throwing it all over the yard, and he's now over 300 yards on the day, so been a successful day. Now, 300 yards, I don't know, Palmer, 300 nowadays, that's like what back in the day for you?
that would have been 500. I would have won the Heisman, maybe. It's a big deal today in college football, no doubt.
4 yards on that.
He's in a-
Donaldson is
he's in a
doing much more in the
decision-making
passing game than he is in the running game.
He's been deadly accurate throwing it. And guess what? This game is far
here on second down. See if they keep tossing it around. The aerial assault continues. He makes the grab.
First down. Very methodical march downfield.
The Mountaineers come to the line with a new set of downs.
I think receivers really separate themselves with body control to be able to hang in the air, but stay in bounds.
Excuse me.
Foot on the ground. Unbelievable job catching the football.
6 yards on the run. Love to have it. 2nd and 4 now. 4.5 minutes to play. Oklahoma State up by 5. They've had a tough time stopping us this drive. Oh, what a block by our left guard.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
To throw, it's Green. Takes the easy one.
White, touchdown, West Virginia. We take a 1-point lead, and we are, of course, going to go for 2 here. The only way I know to quickly get into the jet sweep is to run the Wildcat. Best goal line play in the game. And we do get in. 3-point lead. We take 5 minutes off of the clock as well. We've got a close one going in Stillwater. Alabama and Vanderbilt, for some reason, locked in a close one. Bama's up 28-24 with 7 minutes left. I am going to go with the coach suggestions here. There is definitely a meta defensive formation. So, very awkward amount of time left for us. Oklahoma State's got plenty of time left to score, but it's low enough that they might run the clock all the way out doing it, or leave us, or they could leave us with time to get it back. Rolling out, they find an open receiver. The pressure can't get there. We were only rushing 3. They're going to get into the hurry up. 2:15 left as the clock keeps ticking. If they get the first down, we got to consider. Well, if they get into field goal range, we got to consider taking timeouts, because the clock will stop there for the 2-minute warning. Oh my goodness, what a terrible decision by Bowman, the Oklahoma State quarterback. Throws it right to us, and we are going to run it back. 72-yard pick 6 for Reed Carrico. And that may be the dagger. 10-point lead here. Minute 35 left is not impossible, but it's very unlikely. Really, what they would need is a... Oh, and I may have willed it into existence. Oh no, the quick score for Oklahoma State as they run the kickoff to the house. That is exactly what they needed. The absolute quickest score possible. 1:24 left. A.J. Green at the halfback returning kicks. Not to be confused with the former Bengals wide receiver, A.J. Green, who I think played for Georgia, maybe. Now I got to find out. It's Georgia or Alabama, I believe.
Those opportunities, those returns like that can be such game changers, and everyone was right on point, and he took it to the house. They got the touchdown they needed, now trailing by a field goal.
Oh no, I didn't call a shoot. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Oh my goodness, I wasn't paying attention and didn't call an onside kick recovery. 38-35 with a minute 24 left. Everything is going right for Oklahoma State at the end of the game. Nothing going our way. And that is an incomplete pass. Probably actually a better scenario there for them than a catch and immediate tackle. They would have probably picked up about 2 yards, but the clock would have kept running. Let them score. Yes, making a very bold decision to let him get into the end zone.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside.
I'd rather him get into the end zone with the minute 13 than with just 13 seconds, which they could very much attain. 42-38. Oklahoma State because of my poor decisions. You got Bray running the fade. Turn up field. We do. Green's got room. And we are going to dive out of bounds. Oklahoma State has got some ridiculously short, small sidelines.
So I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
27-yard rush there by Garrett Green is going to get us to the 49. He avoid the sack and he's going to scramble again. He's got room. Stay in bounds. Down to the 10-yard line. If I wouldn't have got so close to the... If I wouldn't have got so close to the sidelines, we'd probably score there. And we go with the Wildcat. Can he outrun him? I didn't mean to do that. But we're in the end zone anyway. My goodness, this ending is absolutely chaotic. 44-42. The Oklahoma State faithful cannot believe what is going on. We definitely had the touchdown. So, anyone curious as to why that happened? The left and right bumper on my controller don't work. I have an elite controller, so I have the paddles down at the bottom that you can program. So I've programmed the two bottom ones to be left and right bumper. My hand slipped. Those buttons are pretty easy to press. 28 seconds left for Oklahoma State. Somehow, miraculously, both teams have all 3 timeouts. A field goal ties it up and sends this game to overtime. A touchdown doesn't. Make the tackle. We're doing it. We're switching to the good defense. 45-42. Whatever you do, tackle inbounds. Clock keeps running. 16 seconds left. Oklahoma State still has 1 timeout. They take it there. 11 seconds left. We'll see what they like to do. I don't know if you can on this game, but they're going to go ahead and take a field goal. We call our first timeout, and we need to get into our field goal block set. Our kicker has missed one from about this range before. The kick is up. It is good. Just inside the uprights for Ward. Oklahoma State has tied the game at 45 apiece. 8 seconds left for us. We've had a big play offense in the past.
This thing's going to OT, and they look like they are ready to rock.
5 seconds. Enough for one throw. I know the type of play that I'm looking for. This isn't any of them.
West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Going up top on first down.
We throw it deep. He's got it. Oh my goodness. As time expires, Justin Robinson makes the catch. Avoids the tackler. He's put the Cowboys to bed. West Virginia wins 51-45. Garrett Green with a beautiful pass. Robinson in for the touchdown. Oh my goodness. We said last game against Kansas that was the best game of the series. Well, just wait a week, wait an episode, and we'll surpass it. Garrett Green, 417 yards, 80.6 completion percentage, and 4 touchdowns. Oklahoma State can't believe it. They go down, tie it up, leave us with 5 seconds on the clock to do something. They think that surely they'll get a chance at overtime. And Garrett Green and Justin Robinson say, no way, Jose. 51-45. West Virginia on top now, 2-0 in the Big 12 against 2 very good teams. We moved to 3-2 with one of our losses against number 4 Penn State. 14 in the first for us, none for Oklahoma State. They score 21 in the second. We get 9. Shutout in the third quarter. They score 7, and then we outscore them 28-17 in the fourth. You got to win the first and the fourth quarter. We do that. And I am utterly shocked. We won the turnover battle. Won in red zone percentage. Got the 1 2-point conversion. We won on fourth down. Won on third down. Had more passing yards. They beat us in yards per pass and completion percentage. They outrushed us by quite a bit. But at the end of the day, the one thing that matters is the final score. Bowman, a really good game other than those 2 interceptions. He had 3 total incompletions on the day. 2 of them were interceptions, one of which was a pick 6. A pick 6 that I thought sealed the game. Green, 25 of 31, 470 yards, 80% completion percentage, 4 touchdowns and an interception. 8 carries for 25 yards, one of which was 2 huge 20-plus yard runs on that last drive. Donaldson, 8 carries for 34 yards. Quinton Hinton gets credit for that last touchdown run, even though White did all of the work. He just was heads up enough to make up for my stupidity. C.J. Donaldson, 85 yards receiving. He's actually a power back, but he's been absolutely clutch in the receiving game. Hudson Clement, the sophomore receiver, 4 catches, 82 yards. Justin Robinson, who is unfortunately a senior, 3 catches, 105 yards, including the 79-yard game winner. Traylon Davis, possibly his best game of the series, 3 catches, 38 yards and a touchdown. It's a little rough. Jaden Bray, 3 catches, 94 yards and a touchdown, including an 81-yarder. And Jaheim White, we're going to give him credit for 2 catches, 17 yards, and 2 touchdowns. It's not his fault. My finger slipped. Luckily for us, our best receivers, or most of our best receivers other than Robinson, will be returning next year. Unless Jaden Bray continues to just be excellent. But most of the stuff with like teams, players leaving for the draft, I think has to do with overall and not necessarily like final year production. We had no sacks in this game. 3 TFLs for Ben Cutter, so he had a good game. Reed Carrico, 9 total tackles, 1 interception, one of which was a pick 6. Anthony Wilson had an interception along with 10 total tackles and 2 TFLs. Kick return, 138 yards for Rick Darius Farmer. Nothing on the punt returns. And we will give Oklahoma State credit where it's due. Okay, it's not changing. This is a menu glitch that actually happens more than I would like, but it is what it is. AJ Green, 4 returns, 154 yards and a touchdown. For the record, AJ Green, the wide receiver for the Bengals, played for Georgia. That's what I was looking up when I didn't pick onside recover. I can't believe we only got 584 XP for that win. Should have at least leveled us up, just on principle. Absolutely huge game for this team. That is a season-defining win. And so, in back-to-back weeks, we have knocked off a top 15 team. And just like that, Davin Reinbolt, possibly our quarterback of the future, has committed to West Virginia. That's all it took. Trent Hansen, another highly... That's not going to level us up either. We've moved up to a 3.5-star school, and we are a B-plus championship contender, moving to 30th, which I'm going to assume is our ranking as well. Trent Hansen has got us as our top school, and he has narrowed it down to his top 3, so he's probably pretty close to committing to us. Terrence Richard, the wide receiver, has us as his top school. Only 2 teams have made offers so far. Nate Ileoa, the other top wide receiver that we were looking at, he has us as his number 1. And Tim Poto'oe has us as his top receiver, or as his top destination, and he has made a lot of influence over this week. And the tight end, Jabari Livings, the 4-star gym tight end that we actually could not do anything with because of us having a major deal breaker for him. We will be officially eliminated from him as he has committed to our rival, Pittsburgh. So, if the deal breaker was something different, like even proximity to home, I think we could. If it was proximity to home, I think we could have pulled it out. Obviously, Pittsburgh is closer to Philadelphia than Morgantown is, but it's close enough that we could have won it. We do get our first recruit of the season, though, in Davin Reinbolt, the quarterback, the guy the first guys we were looking at. So what we're going to do is move him up here to the top. 4-star recruit out of San Jose. He is a scrambler, So he's going to kind of fit the mold there. That Garrett Green's going to leave behind. He is a top 50 recruit, but he is. Benji Bale still has us as his top recruit. He's coming for a visit week 12. Matt Ahmad, we've not made any offer on. Tevin Ream is coming for a visit week 8. We are still his top school by a pretty solid margin. We moved up a bunch last week. Hami Vigil, unfortunately, we have moved to his number 2 school. He was a guy that I really was hoping to get. He was going to make a great pass rusher for us. But unfortunately, I think LSU has got that locked up. They are a lot closer to home. I don't know how much that matters, but they also would provide a lot better deal breaker for pro potential. Sam Vitale, the defensive tackle, is super, super close to committing to us. We've almost got his interest maxed out, so I really think we could fill that in here within the next few weeks, and that would give us a 5-star recruit, our very first 5-star recruit. Jamal Cahill still got us as our top by a lot. Diego Hernandez, the strong safety, has us as his top. Jabari Livings, we are, of course, locked out of, so we'll take him off. Trent Hansen, another quarterback. We have him scheduled for a visit, and I think we'll probably lock him up, get him locked in before then. This guy we've actually moved up. I don't think we were in his top 8 before. Terrence Richard has narrowed his down to 5, and we are still 1. Some really tough schools to compete against, though. Same with Ileoa. McKenna, the right guard, he is a bust at a 5-star. Georgia's made an offer on him, and they are his top school. So I don't think I'm going to make any more moves on him. Ben Mendez, an athlete, he's going to be a running back. We managed to leapfrog Texas, and he's actually the number 1 recruit in the country. That'd be huge if we could land him. We need to get him on a visit if we can. I don't think we'll be able to, but Enrique Casillas, we've offered on him. We're not in his top. Some of these other guys we need to just make scholarship offers for. I've been focusing on the big guys so much that okay, I'm guessing this guy's a tight end, not a... Ooh, he's a gem. Okay, well, congratulations, sir. You've become our top focus now. Okay, so top classes. Penn State is number 1 now, landing 10 4-stars and 2 5-stars already. A wide receiver, a right guard, a quarterback. Oh, wait, no. The wide receiver and the right guard were their 4-stars, and then their 5-stars. We have at least landed a 4-star quarterback. Which I don't know where we'll be on the recruiting list. James Madison. Just killing it with the 2 stars. We've landed 1 recruit so far. Our recruiting class is last in the Big 12. However, I think we're the only one. No. Oh, TCU's actually landed a 5-star receiver. Shout out to them. They're having a really good year recruiting. Kansas has jumped back up to 11, despite a loss to us. And we're somehow not ranked. What does it take? Joel Chocolatey. That's like an S tier name, so I kind of just want to throw him on there because of that. So we are still, like I said, in the lead on the number one recruit in the country. We're kind of neck and neck with Texas, though. A lot of these 5-stars have already committed. We've got a few on our list that we hopefully can pull out. Tommy Vigil's going to be tough. I didn't want to exit out of the recruiting screen. I've got 50 hours. Who's ready for visits? Both of these guys. Schedule a visit. We'll get him sooner rather than later. Hopefully that doesn't change by then. So he's still got a visit scheduled for week 12, but we've got him locked up. Benji Bale, we've got one scheduled. Tevin Raheem and Trent Hansen and Terrence Richard are actually all visiting the same week. Luckily for us with Trent Hansen, he's got a visit scheduled with Navy as well, but they're not till week 15. So, I mean, he may be committed to us before we have our visit. I'm hoping that's the case with Benji Bale as well. Okay, we've got 10 more hours. Nobody's offered on him, so I'm hoping maybe this will... And this 4-star right tackle would also be nice. We'll make more focus on them in the next episode when we look at recruiting, or specifically after the Iowa State game. I don't know how we're not in the top 25. Utah's still 5. NC State is killing it. Miami's really good. Texas Tech is 9th. We've got them on our schedule. They're 3-0 in the Big 12, so they've played 3 Big 12 games. Kansas is 1 loss to us. UCF is still undefeated. Oklahoma State is 1-2 in the Big 12. Maryland, okay. Syracuse. Alabama has dropped down. They did lose to Vanderbilt. That is insane. Alabama lost to Vanderbilt. Somebody look that up. When was the last time that happened? North Carolina lost to Pittsburgh. Florida lost to UCF. South Carolina lost to Ole Miss. So right now the ranked teams in our conference are Oklahoma State, who we beat, Kansas, who we beat, UCF, who we haven't played yet, Texas Tech, who we haven't played, and Utah, who we haven't played. We should be 25. So, team schedule. Obviously, you had a tough week 1 loss to Penn State. The absolute thrashing of FCS East. Pittsburgh, another tough loss, both by 6 points with the exact same score. Pittsburgh is 4-1 now, so they're actually pretty good. Loss doesn't sting as much. 49-38 win against Kansas. A 51-45 win against Oklahoma State. If we score more than 35, we win. So we've got Iowa State, Kansas State, and Arizona. So these 3 teams were all ranked at one point this season, and now they're not. Cincinnati, Baylor, UCF. We end it with Texas Tech. That could be a huge game to decide to decide positioning or who ends up where in the Big 12 championship game. 2-0 for UCF. As far as in the Big 12, Arizona's 0-3. Iowa State 0-2. Kansas State 1-2. So right now it's us, Tech, and UCF as the current leaders in the. Well, actually, we don't play Arizona State or Colorado, so I don't know, or BYU, so I actually don't know what they're getting up to. Not the ACC, the Big 12. Thank you. We don't play Utah either, luckily. It's actually very good for us. BYU's having a good year. Don't play TCU. So we don't play Colorado, Arizona State, TCU, Houston, BYU, or Utah. Yeah. So we know what we have to do. We have to beat the teams that aren't ranked. Iowa State has got to go down. Arizona's got to go down. And then Kansas State after that. Because they will be that is our chance to lock up a bunch of recruits. So possibly even more exciting than the win is we maybe landed our QB of the future. I don't know if he'll start next year or not. We may let Marchiol be the starter. We'll just kind of see how things play out. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you didn't get excited by that, then I don't know what will. We managed to top off the best game in the series so far with another best game in the series so far. But I will see you guys next episode for a game against Iowa State that we definitely should win. Anyway, this is Friar Chuck saying bye-bye.